In life, we all encounter obstacles, and those obstacles come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. The question is, how do we handle those obstacles? Do we attack them head on, or do we allow them to make us quit? Welcome to the No Quit Living podcast, where we aim to motivate and inspire listeners to never give up on themselves, their dreams, or their goals. We will interview successful people from all walks of life as they share their no-quit stories when they had the choice to give up or give in, but they didn't. We thank you for listening, and we hope to be that jolt of positivity as you go for your greatness. Welcome to episode number 211 of the No Quit Living podcast. I'm your host, Christopher J. Worth, and today's theme of the day is Do One Thing Today. Our quote of the day comes to us from Eleanor Roosevelt. Do one thing every day that scares you. Those small things that make us uncomfortable help us build courage to do the work that we do. Today's episode is sponsored by the good people over at West Fair Communications, who publish the Westchester County Business Journal and the Fairfield County Business Journal. These newspapers do a wonderful job in covering all aspects of the business world within two of the most influential markets in the New York metropolitan area. You can also take advantage of their daily news feeds, which keep track on the companies and thought leaders in these important regions. For more information, take a look at www.westfaironline.com. Trust me, once you start reading, you won't quit. All over social media and YouTube, we are constantly inundated with a ton of content regarding time, goals, what we should be doing, and where we should be both focusing our time and efforts. I believe we're in a time where there has never been more opportunities to receive information and to receive it at such a quick pace. However, one obstacle I believe that we all face within that content is something that I call paralysis by overanalysis. Although information is at our fingertips instantaneously, sometimes I feel it's just too much. It takes the idea of keeping up with the Joneses to a whole new level. Always the newest book to read, the next social media influencer to follow, podcasts to listen and subscribe to, and of course, the constant uploading of great content onto YouTube. Simply, it's a lot. And as I think about it right now, it's definitely overwhelming. When I work with many of my clients, both individuals as well as companies or teams, one of the very first exercises we begin with is looking at their goals. Initially, we don't hold back, and we put absolutely everything down on paper. The next step is to take that large list and scale it down to the most important goals. From there, we look at those large goals, and we break them down into bite-sized pieces, which translate into something that we call small wins or those small victories. As today's theme of the day is Do One Thing Today, that is exactly what we work on with our clients. As an avid sports fan, I always give different analogies, and one that I feel fits perfectly here is that not a single championship has ever been won after the very first practice or during that very first game. In fact, all champions and championship teams consistently do what is required each and every single day. They compound one thing today, another thing tomorrow, and consistently they grow, build, and they become the best. I would like you to think about where you are today. As we're almost halfway through 2019, what is it that you want to do, become, or achieve for the rest of the year? Where are you, and how close are you to succeeding? What are you using to track and monitor your actions? I suggest that you take a couple of minutes and perhaps even pause the podcast and just jot down some of your goals. They could be personal, career, family, or even health and fitness. And take a look at that list and identify which are your most important ones, and let's attack them. As you look at that list, remember that it is your list, and there are no right or wrong answers. For the purpose of today's episode, just take one goal and break it down. Reverse engineer the completion of that goal or objective and back into those daily steps that you need to take each and every single day. It's pretty simple if you think about it. Don't overcomplicate it, but also don't skip any of those important steps. As you look at 2019 and where you want to go, think proactively, but most importantly, take action actively. Be consistent, be specific, and hold yourself accountable. Gandhi has a very famous quote where he says, "The future depends on what you do today." With that in mind, what is it the one thing that you both should and could do today? What is that one thing that will bring you closer to accomplishing that goal or objective? I challenge you today, as you go for your greatness, set a very specific goal and then make sure that you do it. Don't put it off till tomorrow or next week or the week after that, but do it today and start now. In closing, I would like to share a quote with you by Gabrielle Bernstein. Take action once a day to do something that ignites your life. And lastly, to our listeners, thank you. We truly appreciate your time, and we hope our episodes inspire you to keep on attacking life and never giving up. To quote Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, it's always too early to quit.